Shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, before every video, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh. And for anybody that's new watching the video, Yahweh is the true name of God, because God is just a title. His real name is Yahweh. Bahashem just means in the name of. Yahweh Shai is the true name of who the world called Jesus Christ. His real name is Yahweh Shai. So today or tonight, I should say, we're getting into the pharmacy business and the pills. And when you get into it, it's a huge business when you get into the pharmacy business, because when you look at it, it's like, why y'all giving me all these different medicines? And the Lord said that, he made medicines from the earth, herbs for us to use to heal our bodies and heal ourselves when we sick. And it's all a big business, man. And we got some articles that we're gonna read to you about how one of the Rockefellers, he over the he pharmacy, he the one that started the pills, the pills, start making the pills. Type it on, if you got a point, type it on the chat. But he the one that started the pharmacy, the pharmacy business. Hey, that's the spirit. I had it written down. On this paper, but I was gonna say that too. If these pills and things of that nature is supposed to help us, like, why do it have side effects? Side effects, you can take them, but this might come with it. It's supposed to help us though. Take it, but it's supposed to come with it. You might, side effects that might harm you. And it's like, that's how you go back to it. And we're gonna get into a lot of facts for the people that didn't know about the pharmacy business and how, it play a part in our people's lives, and it do more harm than it does good. It do more harm than it does good. We're gonna get into Dr. SEBI a little bit on how, he had a cure, for cancer at one point, and then, kind of had to knock him off. And then how Nipsey was finna make a documentary on what Dr. SEBI had going on. But we're finna get into all that, man. I just want to sum it up a little bit before we get into it. Just get into it so we let y'all know what we're talking about. And it's a lot of like I said, it's a lot of information that we're finna bring out, like articles, getting into this thing and get into some examples as well as we get into the articles. I might come up with something to speak on real quick as my real reading the articles and things of that nature. So I just want to speak on that real quick before we get into it. This is just a huge business, man. But we can get into the article. The first article. No, first and foremost, before we get into the article, I want you to get the precepts going into how the Lord made every herb. He made every herb bearing seed for meat. Get that one first, yeah, Con.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, and verse 29. And Yahweh said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, and the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat.
So the Lord said he get so we know that the Lord got all different type of herbs. It's different type of herbs. We look up herbs right now. They look up herbs, different type of herbs. It's different type of herbs, it's different type of medicines that we can use that grows from the earth. And that's what they was created for. He created these things. Look at all these herbs. And it's more than that. It's just say 10 types of herbs. But we have different type of healing herbs. These are the medicines. These are the medicines that these are literally the natural medicines that we was originally supposed to be using. We wasn't supposed to be getting no pills from no doctors, man. These are the medicines that we supposed to be using, that the Lord created for us to use. He said he created every herb bearing seed for meat. You know what I'm saying? For you to eat, for healing purposes. But now we using pills and things of that nature. But the Lord didn't create that. The Lord created every herb bearing seed that got seeds in it. To the healing herbs. But when you go to the doctor and you say something wrong, they gonna give you pills. They're not gonna give you herbs. But why is it that the Bible said the Lord created every herb bearing seed for you to help you when you sick? But they're not giving us the things that the Lord created to heal us. They giving us what they created from their witchcraft. We're gonna show you all that. We're gonna show you all that through the spirit. I just want to show y'all. Y'all can read that on your own time. But it's different type of herbs that they have that can heal you that you don't even have to. And we're gonna get into that with Dr. Sebi. If y'all don't know who Dr. Sebi is, I'm gonna actually send my a video or a short little video on him. That he was getting into those herbs, man, different type of herbs to heal you, man. And they don't want you talking about that, man. They don't want you talking about no type of herbs, things that can heal you. Because if you come out and be like, okay, I'm finna start using herbs then to heal me, then they not gonna make no money. They if you because you don't, what you gonna need them for? What you gonna need to go to the pharmacies and the doctors for if you start healing yourself naturally? They're not gonna make no money because it's like a $1 billion industry. So they can't let you know this can heal you right here. That the cure for cancer can heal, that can be healed by the herbs of the earth. They can't let you know that. So they gonna keep it silent, and anybody that speak on it, they gonna try to knock them off. Hold on. So you got it. You can get that other precept aside, right?
Con. So book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Right. So the Bible said again, the Lord created medicines out of the earth. And even if you look into that movie Black Panther, in that scene, in one of the scenes, Black Panther, they had herbs growing from the ground. I know y'all know that little purple. It was like I don't know, it was a flower. It was something. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna send my river picture. Let me see if she can. Let me see if I can put it up. They had a herb, like a garden full of herbs before Killmonger burnt it down. They had a garden full of herbs. Let me see if I can let me see if I can find it. I might get my red to type it in. Oh yeah, type in yeah, all praise. Type in
So like I'm back.
type in um Black Panther herb garden. So I was saying even in Black Panther, when you look into Black Panther, they had a herb garden, man, and it showed you right in your face how our people was healing each other, man, and how they were using it as medicine. They had a whole herb garden in that scene. Look, click on the one with the women's. Yeah,
Mm.
they had a whole garden full of herbs. They wasn't, what I'm saying, using no different all these different pills that it was given. They had like herbs, like literally real herbs that grew with a seed in it. And they show you right in your face in the movie. I seen it when I first peeped it. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. They put it right in front of your face when you look at it. But
Con.
so go back to that verse again.
Sirach 38 and 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Yeah, man. So the Lord said, if you wise, you're not gonna avoid the medicines I gave to you to heal you, man. You're not gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about that. No, you ain't gonna be like that, man. You gonna really look into it. You gonna really be like, man, it only makes sense for me to use what the Lord gave me. You know what I'm saying? It only makes sense to use the cures that the Lord gave me. But we're gonna get into how in a minute. We're gonna get into how was it created? Why is the pharmacy why is the pharmacy like it is today? And why is pills around selling herbs? And who created it? We're gonna get into who created it. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get what pharmacy means, what pharmacy actually means. We're gonna get into all that. No. So before that, pull up a picture of Dr. Sebi. Yeah. Just type in Dr. Sebi. SEBI. Oh yeah, you got all praises. Now that man right there, he even got, I think he got a book. He got some speeches on YouTube of going to cure for that. See, he was actually, he was actually speaking out a lot on that stuff, man. But of course, he had to get knocked off. If you know what I mean, he had to get killed because he was going to destroy the pharmacy business because he's speaking out on, a cure for all these diseases that they say they don't got a cure for. They give you all these different type of medicines for cancer. They giving you all these type of pills for diabetes, saying we can't do this. You got to take another pill. get some more, gotta come back, restack, come back, get some more. But this man telling you that he got a natural cure, that you don't have to keep going back and paying for pills, that you don't have to keep going back and taking all these pills. He got a natural cure. So they was like, nah, we can't have him messing up our business. So they had to kill him. You know what I'm saying? They killed this man because he was going to basically destroy their business, man, and what they working with. And they couldn't let that slide. He literally had a cure for he had a cure. And if you I watch some of his videos too, he get in depth too. Get in depth to the natural remedies that he did. And even going back to Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle, some people know this, some people don't. But he was finna drop a documentary on what Dr. Sebi and where he left off at with the herb. Yeah, Nipsey was finna drop a documentary on him, and he ended up dead. So they couldn't let that come out, man. Like they couldn't let that come out on, the natural remedies and natural cures to heal your body. They couldn't let that come out because that was going to destroy their business. They wasn't gonna make no more money. If this man blew up off this worldwide, the pharmacy business will no more exist. So they're like, they can't let that happen, man. Because they run off lives. Like the pharmacy, it's like a lot of people don't think about, like, they make a lot of money. They make a lot of money on medicines, of so-called healing you with different type of medicine. So they make a lot of money off that. So they can't let nobody come up talking about no natural remedies, no nutrients, none of that. They gotta cut them off. But you can, what else I had? The articles. So get first for the articles, like it. We're gonna get into what pharmacy means. Because let's get into what pharmacy, the Greek word of the word pharmacy, because hey man, it lets you know what that word actually means. And then when you get into the Rockefellers and the Rockefeller that came up with it and it came up with the pills, you'll be like, dang. Especially if you know how them people live, like the Rothschilds. You already know there's some wicked people, man. Like they do a lot of wicked things to come up with something like this. And you gotta look at what that word pharmacy means in the Greek, and you'll be like, oh dang, that's wild. But you got it.
So
Strong's G 5331. Pharmakeia.
From Achaia.
Pharmakeia.
From Achaia.
and it means sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it.
So it says sorcery, and magical arts. You gotta think about it, and that's all it is. How can how did they create a pill that can supposedly heal you? Like how did they come up with that? You gotta think about it. They did some type of witchcraft to be able to come up with something like that to heal you, because you gotta think about it. That's opposite of what the Most High did. The Most High said, no, I made you every herb bearing seed from the earth to heal you. Then they said, no, I came up with something else. So you gotta think about it, how they came up with that. How they come up with all these different medicines. They do witchcraft. They get knowledge from the spiritual demon Satan to teach them how to come up with these things. Cause you gotta think about it. You got lightning, you got light, and you got darkness. You got good and you got evil. So they just doing wickedness on the left hand side. You know what I'm saying? Satan got power too on the left hand side though. So he come up with all these different wickedness, man. He the one that taught them how to create these drugs and things of that nature. But that's why it got side effects to it. You know what I'm saying? It comes with different side effects. It ain't really meant to heal you. It's meant to basically it's meant to, what's the word I want to use? It's not made to heal you, but it's made to basically have you healed for a little bit, but then it's not fully healing you. I'm gonna say that. It might just say you got a headache. But just say you got a headache and you take a pill, and then your head might start hurting, but it might come back 10 times harder. Like that pill stopped it for that quick, probably for like an hour or two, or maybe a day. But then guess what? The headache comes 10 times harder than it was before. That's a side effect to it. That side effect was made to come back 10 times harder. Now you gotta go get some more pills to take to help your head. But the pills is the ones that's hurting you. The pills is the ones that's making it worse. But they ain't gonna tell you that though. But they want you to keep taking them, keep taking them, keep taking them. But that's what's making it worse, man, because the side effects that come with it. But yeah, pharmacy, means sorcery, really means sorcery and magical arts. Now let's see what the Bible says about sorcery and witchcraft, about a witch. That's all it is.
Con, you ready for me to read it?
Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse number 10. There shall not be found any among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch,
Or a witch.
or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer.
Right. And if you do sorcery or magic, that's a witch. A witch is not always a witch is not a person, a woman that be on a broomstick, they have one of them hats on her face green, she got a mole on her face and she flying in the sky. That's not a witch, bro. A witch is a person that actually casts spells. People really cast spells, man. People literally cast spells. And you gotta think how is most of this food made? How they made chips? How they made certain things? You think about it, how they made this stuff. If you look at the foods that we eat, you like, dang, how did they come up with? How they made this? Witchcraft. Look at all the ingredients in the food that we eat. Look at all the ingredients. I think bread only supposed to have like 3 ingredients. But you look on the back of bread, it got way more than 3 ingredients on the back of bread. All these different stuff they use. That's witchcraft. All these different chemicals, these things that they use to kill us, man. They put them all together and make something. That's witchcraft. That's a witch. Um, I'll bring it up, bro. We got a precept in Exodus to prove that if folks, you might have some people be like that ain't real. Ain't no, they weren't casting spells in the Bible. Nobody wasn't doing that. Where's accounts in the Bible of you had people literally casting spells, literally have doing magic tricks. They still do magic tricks to this day. A lot of people still do magic tricks to this day. Now, and I'm gonna see that. After this verse, I'm gonna prove it too. I'm gonna see that video I had posted a while back. Well, it wasn't a while back. On when all them celebrities was in that room, and bro
Mm-hmm.
had I'm finna send it to you so you can play it. But you can read it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 7, verse 22. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them as the Lord had said. That's another one too.
Tomorrow when Moses, I think when Moses was
Are you talking about with the plagues and they was trying to take the plague out with their spells?
right.
Let me see if it's this.
Probably S8.
I think it's right here. Let me start at verse 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with the rod and smote the dust. So like you.
You good.
And smote the dust and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all of the land. And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beasts. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of Yahweh. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said.
Right. So certain things these magicians can do, but certain things they can't do. But it's some things they can do with their enchantment. They have spell books. A lot of them have spell books, and they read the spells. And a lot of them literally have demons talking to them. The spiritual demon Satan be talking to them to show them how to do certain things. That's one of the reasons why this world is in so much wickedness right now, because the spiritual demon Satan teaching the so-called white people how to do all these different things. He really running this place, man. He really living through their vessel. They literally have magicians. We're gonna show y'all a video. It's a video when all these celebrities in one room with this magician. You know what I'm saying? He was doing enchantments and witchcraft, man. That's the only way he was able to do what he did was by witchcraft, man. You gotta know how wicked the industry is, and you'll understand this man was he a witch, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a witch, and it's real. Witchcraft is all you gotta think about it, especially in Hollywood. Witchcraft is heavy in Hollywood, man. You gotta think about it. Y'all remember when we were younger, there was like they used to do like a little Disney Channel. They were like, "This so and so, you watching Disney Channel," and they have a wand in their hand, and they draw the Mickey Mouse M. They be like, "Dun dun dun dun." You know what I'm saying? It'd be a wand in their hand. What witches have so-called wands, and they drawing something with the wand. Hey, it's all full of witchcraft, man. You know what I'm saying? Why they show us all these different movies on Disney Channel with witches and witchcraft? That's how Disney. It's all in Hollywood. It's all in Hollywood. Witchcraft is all around in Hollywood, man. All around the world. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to now I'm gonna show y'all. We're gonna show y'all this video, man, of proof that we what we talking about, and we're gonna get into how them pills. We're gonna show you how them pills was made through witchcraft. But first, you got to believe that it's actually witchcraft in the world.
Let me know you're ready.
You got it. You got it.
Spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon.
Do you want me to make it full screen?
Con.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles.
A small creature that can fit in the palm of Drake. You don't know what about Drew McNeils and be like, oh man.
To me, this looks a little bit like a frog.
I would absolutely agree.
You know, frogs are like, what do they say, the plague?
That's right. The rain frogs in Egypt.
Rain frogs.
The rain frogs in Egypt.
He doing an enchantment in his head. Look at him.
Hold on, is my Steph? Come here. Is my mouth empty? Look, Steph. Get your frog, son. Hold on, make sure my mouth is empty. Is my mouth empty?
Wait. Yeah. Get a double frog, son?
Enchantment. See that? Show you right there, man. You have witches. People actually do spells. He did one in his mind before he was able to cough up that frog, whatever he did with the frog to come out his mouth. He had to do a enchantment or a spell in his mind. See, he lifted his head back. He said something in his mind. He didn't lift his head back for no reason. He did a spell. That was a ritual that he had to do in order to do that, man. That goes back to the Bible. In Exodus, you had magicians doing those things, man. You know, those are the same people back on earth. You had magicians back then, you got magicians now.
Precept.
Break it out. Ecclesiastes.
Mm-hmm.
I know you.
If my laptop tripping, so like I don't know what book it's in, so I gotta Google it real quick.
Is it one at A. Come on, when there's no new thing under the sun. Try eight. Try You talking about no new thing under the sun
I'm talking about that one and this one right here. Let me get that one first. No thing under the sun.
and the things that's past. You acquire the things.
Um,
You don't got to get that one.
uh, you said don't get the other one.
You can. You can.
It's Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
So the Bible letting you know is no new thing under the sun. The things that we seeing now in today's time is nothing new. This stuff was going on way back then before we was even alive. Before we was even thought about. It's nothing new. Homosexuals, we see them every day. It's nothing new. They was doing that back then. You know what I'm saying? Rituals, people doing magic, sorcery is nothing new. They was doing that back then. You know, it's like everything that we see under the sun is nothing new at all. Right? So I just want to say that. So it's very much indeed witches on the earth, man. Magicians that's doing witchcraft. And we're gonna show you through the articles that those pills, the pharmacy business is ran off witchcraft. It started from wickedness. That's the only way they was able to make that pill or any other medicine was through witchcraft, through magic, through sorcery. That's why, like I said before, that's why it's side effects that come with it. Because if it's of the Most High God, if you use the herbs, and no side effects come with the herbs. It's from the earth. The Lord, it's from the earth. It's a seed in it. The pills don't have no seed in it, and they got side effects to it, and they keep making you take them. Keep spending your money. You gotta keep taking them. They ain't even helping you. They ain't even helping you. They give you all these different. You got to do a surgery, right? They give you all these different pills to heal. You gotta take this bottle at this time, this bottle at this time, this bottle before you go to sleep. It's like, bro, like it's wild, man. You gotta think about that. And why do I have to pay a bill when I get hurt and I go to the doctor? You got to pay a bill. Like I decide to get hurt. Like I decided one day I want to break my leg. You gotta pay a doctor's bill. Ain't it like a doctor's bill? Hospital bill. You gotta pay a hospital bill. You gotta pay an ambulance to ride the ambulance. That's how you know it's a business. Like I decided to hurt my back. Like I'm supposed to come to you for you to heal me. Why are you charging me to heal? That's your job. Why are you charging to heal me? That's why a lot of people don't go to doctors, man. You think about it. That's why a lot of people don't go to doctors when they get hurt. And a lot of people got health issues and physical arm pains, back pains, feet pains to this day because they don't have enough money to pay the doctor's bill. So they just stay home. Like, bro, that's wild. Why are you charging to heal folks?
Con, I had a can I show this?
Con.
The average cost of a 3-day hospital stay is around $30,000.
3 day. A 3-day hospital stay. You know how many people? This how you know This how you know the pharmacy business, the hospital business. They are making money. These
Can I
doctors are. You have
slow?
something? You good?
I'm
These
slow.
doctors. These doctors are making bread. You know how many people get hurt. You know how many people are in the hospitals right now. That's probably over 3 days. They getting bread, bro.
I wanted to Google how many people are in the hospital on average every day. Um, mm, I don't know if it's gonna tell me. How about how many people visit the hospital daily?
Gosh, how that?
Um, that's in the U.S. alone. That's multiply that by. This is a how much it costs per day to go to the hospital. So when you multiply that by that number of people that's in a hospital daily around the whole country, 611.
You finna multiply? You finna calculate it?
Mm-hmm.
It's only in America.
Yep. It's just America alone. How much money they making? That's not even how much. That's just a wild estimate. I
That's
don't, I don't know how to pronounce that.
hold on. Now go. How much do it cost? See, and go to how much does it cost to ride? I want. Is it free? I don't think it's free. How much does it cost to ride the ambulance? That's a wild number too.
$15 per mile.
Captivity, man. You see what I'm saying, bro? That's
This is
insane.
this is just in Dallas, Texas alone. $1,578 for each transport of a resident of the city of Dallas to a hospital, and $1,678 for each transport of a non-resident of the city of Dallas to the hospital. So it's almost two bands just to be in an. Wow. I hope I'll never gotta call them.
That's why they be happy to come and get you. They be happy, they be smiling, they be ready to come and get you, but they know they finna get paid. That's madness, bro. I want to know after this. I want to know how many pills are given a day. I want to know like, how many people receive pills a day.
Based on 2021, they get roughly 13,435 calls a day. We multiply that times, on average, how much it is to get a trip there, just to say for a non-resident.
Non-resident, what? No.
For a non-resident is 1,678 to ride in a hospital in Dallas, right? So you got 1,678 times, you get on average 13,000 calls, 13,435. So when you multiply that, you get this right here.
I know it's gonna be a wild number, bro. That's madness, bro.
Hold on. This is good. This is just a good average.
Average.
Because it might be more in another state. Like, this is just Dallas.
New York.
In New York, I'm telling you, it got to be way more than that.
Cali.
Los.
You gotta think about it. You know how many of our in the so-called black community, how the ambulance get called, you know, especially in the hoods, somebody gets shot, they gotta call the ambulance. You gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for funeral. You gotta pay for a casket. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay all the. You know what I'm saying? But they be robbing our people, bro. You gotta pay for all that, man. Look at how many pills are given. Like how many pills are. I want to tell you. 1,500. Hold up.
Wow. Every year, more than 4 billion pills are prescribed.
4 billion?
4 billion.
It's in the U.S.?
Yes. Yes, my lord. Whew.
You know, pills can kill. A lot of people OD on pills. How you know, hey man, you can't take too many of them, man. They dangerous.
Mm, mm, mm.
Then we gotta show people facts too. That's a beautiful thing. We gotta show people this stuff like this so they can really actually see. It's a difference between somebody's just saying it and you actually see it with your eyes. Like, bro, that's wild. That's wild, bro. Mm. How many? Type in how many. How much do doctors make? Cause it's big in bread, bro.
True. Almost 200,000. But can I type in how much do people in the pharmacy? Like, I think those differ from doctors. People actually in there prescribing. Well, the doctors prescribe the pills. I'm thinking about the people that's actually working at the the pharmacy areas.
Yeah, you can look how much they get.
How much do you want me to look up how much do pharmaceutical companies make a year, or the
Yeah,
article stuff gonna tell us? Okay.
the companies. Let's see if they tell us the truth.
What? 11.5 trillion.
And that's why they couldn't let. And that's why they couldn't let Dr. Sebi do what he was doing. That would kill their bread. That would have killed their bread. This man had a cure for all the things that they didn't have a cure for. This man had a cure for cancer. Something that they really got a cure for that. They really know the cure, but they're not gonna come out and be like, I know the cure for cancer because they making money off people coming to get medicine for cancer. So they're not finna tell you the cure for cancer. They're not finna tell you the cure for AIDS, even though they got a cure, which are the herbs. They know it's the herb. They know it's natural remedies that can heal you. But they're not gonna let you know that. They're not gonna tell the people that come in there that all you need to do is get the herbs, use herbs, eat better, drink better, take care of your body. You will heal. They're not gonna tell them that. You know what I'm saying? And we're not telling people not to take the pills because it's to the point where, you might have to. But we're just showing you how, we're telling you the truth. Because you say you hurt really, really bad. But I would say this: if you have to take the pills, I would say take herbs. I would say use the herbs as well. Use the herbs more than you use the pills. Don't OD on the pills. You use the herbs to help, man. That's if you have to take the pills. Like if you have to take them, because it may help you in a little bit. Like it might help certain things, but just know it can be a side effect too. But with the herbs, you won't have no side effect. But if you don't have to take no pills, man, is that you don't. No, get them herbs, man. Get you some herbs. Make you some tea, herbal tea, man. Trying to tell you, man, they get your own, make your own, man. But that's madness. 11.5 trillion. That's how much the pharmacy getting.
Well, I think they make about 1.9 trillion after subtracting all of the other stuff. After subtracting the gross profit and the whatever else, they get a 1.9 trillion.
Con.
That's still a lot of money.
Now look up the Rockefeller family. Go to an image of them. The Rockefeller family. Now these are the people that we finna get into now. Was it John? Did it tell you which Rockefeller? Was it John?
Yep, it was John. He started it.
John Rockefeller. Now these are the people that's over the
Right here.
banks. You look wicked. These are the people that his family. I think they're the richest people, in America. They're rich. I don't know if it might be in the world, but they wicked, man. They own the banks. They own everything. They print the money. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that's ruling this place right now. Some of them. And this man right here is the reason why it's a pharmacy business. He the reason why it's pills even existing. Look at these folks, bro. Look at him. He the reason why it's pills right now instead of herbs. We're finna get into an article going into this, man, and it's finna get real. It's finna get real.
Before we earlier today, I was researching about the Rockefeller family, and I was trying to see which ones are still alive, because most of them dead, but it's a few of them still alive for sure.
Yeah, someone still alive. Yeah.
Con it was you know how you let me show you. You know how you can click on the name, and then you click on dang, what did I click on? Oh, so like let me show you what I did to find out who is alive. So I went to John D. Rockefeller because he started it. And from there, I clicked children, and I just kept clicking it and clicking it and clicking it because they have a long lineage. So I was trying to see who's still alive. I just kept clicking it and kept clicking it. But yeah.
Con. So y'all on y'all free time, man, y'all can look and see who all of them alive. But they wicked people, man. You know, these are the people that's really. Give me Joel 9:24 real quick before we get this article. We're finna get into how it even started. A lot of people don't even know how it even started. Pharmacy business, how the pills came about, how the medicine came about. It started with him.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So the Bible said that first part of the verse, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the Rockefellers, how much money they got? Do it tell you how much? Look at how much money they got, because they literally ruling the earth right now, man. His people are literally ruling the earth right now, man. His family, they ruling the earth. 1.4
1.4 billion
billion,
net worth.
not million,
That was in
billion.
1937, though. Let me
That was in
see. Rockefeller
1937.
family. Because that's just, now, 1.4 billion is just his money alone, just him. Not the family, just him. The one who started everything. Their family net worth is 900 million.
That's insane. That's he
Wow.
for wicked, bro.
Over 360 billion. Over 360 billion.
No, we finna
Wow.
see how he get. We finna see how did he get all that money, man. You finna look into it. You finna do some calculations.
No, no, my lord. I was just going to the article.
Okay.
Did you want me to read the whole thing?
Uh, how long it is? You read it already. Then you can get the key. You can read the key points basically. You know, sum it
Yeah,
up.
I read.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. As an alternative, can you see it good?
And it's crazy. I want to find that verse. Hold up. Because that signal when them two snakes around that pole, it's a verse that says a Bible verse that says something about that. They got that from the Bible. Even going back to a lot of people didn't know this. Even going back to only know my real knew this. But you know the Apple logo, the bitten apple, they goes back to they want to go back to Adam and Eve when they say she bit the apple. When they say that Eve bit the apple. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to that where they got the Apple logo from. The have been Apple. They got that from the scriptures. Hold up. Dang, somebody had put that verse out too. It's like it.
I'm looking too, babe.
Con.
Is it Numbers 21 5 through 9?
Uh,
It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole, and it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man When he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived.
That's the one. So it said make a serpent, right, and put it upon a pole. Now, if you look at the logo, look at it. It's a serpent. It's two of them though. They put two instead, but it's still going back. Trying to they had to change it up because they wicked. So anything the Bible said they're gonna try to add on to it. But it's serpents around the pole. What they come? So they're not just gonna come up with that and be like, let's say they put two snakes around the pole. What that even mean? You know? See
Con.
that? Hey, I'm telling you, man. Everything deeper than it's deep, man. And I had looked at I was like, I used to wonder why do Apple got a half? What's the point of having a half bitten apple as a logo? It ain't even just no regular apple. It's a half bitten apple. Like somebody already bit it. Trying to make fun of Eve, our people. Even though it wasn't an actual fruit, but they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They making trying to put an actual apple right there, a bitten apple, going back to the scriptures. It was what's the blood? Ain't the blood the blood
What were you saying, my lord?
and where they get the red cross from? Please give blood. And not even knowing what the red cross and the red cross, the Rockefellers and the Rockefeller and Rothschild, they own that too. The red cross. So when you donate blood, all that blood goes back to them. All that money and stuff go back to them. You gotta think about it. What's in the blood? Life. Life is in the blood. That's what the Lord said. We're not even supposed to drink blood. The Israelites, we need to drink blood because it's life inside the blood. And the Rockefeller and those people in Hollywood, them high elites, they do all type of rituals with people blood. They drink the blood. You know what I'm saying? They pour it on their skin, their face. They do all type of things with the blood, man, because the blood is alive. They drink it. I don't know if I said that. They probably pour it on their food. They do things like that. All the blood go to them. A lot of this stuff they own. That's why they billionaires. They own all these things that we see today, man. But you got it, you got it. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Con. So, I'm gonna start just at the top, just to this is somebody that's writing this. As an alternative medicine practitioner, I have a lot of conversations with patients who are disenchanted, which means disappointed, with the current Western medicine system.
Mm-hmm.
This disappointment is both related to the quality of care they receive and also the way in which the business of Western medicine is conducted. This post is a brief historical look at the business of Western medicine. Business of Western medicine.
It's a
The
bit
article will not directly address aspects of patient care. Instead, it will focus on the origins of our current medical business model.
business.
So, I'm gonna just give a little background on how Rockefeller decided that he wanted to take control of the pharmacy business, because at first everybody was using natural herbs and natural remedies, and then he came in and saw it as an opportunity, and basically, so I'm gonna get into the background. The business story of Western medicine in that modern sense starts with John D. Rockefeller. Rockefeller is widely considered the wealthiest American of all time and the richest person in modern history. Rockefeller is probably most famous for securing a monopoly in America's oil market, but many people haven't heard the rest of the story. By the turn on the 20th century, Rockefeller controlled 90% of all petroleum refineries in the America through ownership of the Standard Oil Corporation, later split into Mobil, Chevron, Exxon, etc. Concurrently, around 1900, the science world was getting excited about new petrochemicals and the ability to create a variety of new compounds from oil. Some of the first products derived from petrochemicals were plastics. Organic chemists knew that oil had the potential to create far more than plastic toys. During this same era, early 1900s, scientists were doing groundbreaking work to understand the basic mechanics of life and human health. It was during this time that most of the essential vitamins were discovered, including B1, B2, biotin, vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D, etc. By identifying these vitamins, science took a huge step forward and enabled simple vitamin remedies to cure conditions that were caused by vitamin deficiencies, such as scurvy and rickets. And of course, scientists were also involved in research to recreate synthetic versions of these vitamins in a laboratory. In 1935, vitamin C became the first vitamin to be artificially synthesized in Switzerland. Rockefeller was smart enough to see this as a big opportunity with the possibility that vitamins and medications could be developed from petroleum. He saw the chance to control and monopolize multiple industries at once: petroleum, chemical, and medical. And of course, petrochemicals were ideal from a business perspective because they could be patented, owned, and sold for high profits. Let me see what that word patent means. I looked it up earlier, but it didn't really make sense. So let me see if it clicks in my brain now. Patent. Patent means a copyright. It's an exclusive right granted for an invention. Yeah, I don't understand. Okay. But there is a big problem with Rockefeller's plan. Here it is. Natural and herbal medicines were very popular in America during the early 1900s. So almost one half the medical colleges and doctors in America were practicing holistic medicine using extensive knowledge from Europe and Native American traditions. So the Israelites.
Right.
Rockefeller knew that to get total control of the medical industry, he would have to expunge the competition. Rockefeller's first move was to use his vast wealth from oil to purchase part of the pharmaceutical company IG Farben. Now that he controlled a drug manufacturing company, he could move forward with his plan to eliminate the competition. So, a few more points. In the early 1900s, there were a variety of doctors and healing modalities in America. Some of the medical specialties including chiropractic, naturopathy, homeopathy, holistic medicine, and herbal medicine. So these were the medical places, medical practices being taken place at the time. It was holistic and natural and using herbs. To eliminate the competition, Rockefeller he hired a contractor named Abraham Flexer to submit a report to Congress in 1910. This report concluded that there were too many doctors and medical schools in America, and that all the natural healing modalities which had existed for hundreds of years were unscientific quackery. So let's look up the word modalities. It means natural, I believe. No, I guess not. I thought it did.
You said what?
I thought that word meant natural. The report called for the standardization of medical education, whereby only the AMA would be allowed to grant medical school licensure in the U.S. So right here it says, based on the report, Congress acted upon the Flexer's recommendations and changed laws related to the medical practice. Incredibly, allopathic medicine became the standard modality, even though at the time its main treatment methods were bloodletting, surgery, and the injection of toxic heavy metals displaced disease. So allopathic, let's see what that means.
Hey, these pharmacies, they the real drug dealers, man. They say that our people the real drug dealers. No, they the real drug dealers, bro. They are the real drug dealers, man. You know, they being sneaky with it, making bread off of, you know what I'm saying, drug dealing, selling drugs. They the real drug dealers, man. But you gotta, they want to say that.
Allopathic medicine is medicine, what they do in the laboratories. It's science-based modern medicine. It's not herbs. It's not natural. It's made in a lab, synthetic fake medicine.
Like GMO.
Yes. So once he sent the letter to Congress, he used one of his friends to send the letter to Congress. Congress acted upon it, and the medicine made in the laboratory became the new norm. It became the new medicine. And this was around 1910, 1915. So once that happened, he teamed up with Andrew Carnegie and started funding medical schools all over America. And they only taught allopathic medicine. So they stopped teaching natural herb medicines. They started teaching only medicine the only medicine they were pushing and teaching from this point on was medicine was pills. It says this powerful team systematically dismantled the previous curricula of these medical schools, removing any mention of the healing power of herbs or natural treatments. Teachings on diet and other natural treatments were also completely removed from medical programs. So once he teamed up with somebody from Congress, they removed any teachings of natural treatments, herbs, any of that. The only thing they were pushing down was pills, taking pills. So it was a business from the jump. After removing traditional natural medicine from medical schools, Rockefeller made sure to secure his monopoly by launching a targeted smear campaign against his competitors. Homeopathy and natural medicines were discredited and demonized through the newspapers and other media of the time. Some doctors were even jailed for using natural medicine treatments, including treatments that had been used safely and effectively for decades before. In a very short time, medical colleges were all homogenized. All the students were taught the same allopathic system, and medicine was now defined as a process of prescribing drugs, a pill for an ill. Let's see what this word means.
So when they said it was 19 what?
Well, it doesn't say. It says in 1910, that's when it says in 1910, he hired a contractor so like he wasn't his friend. He wasn't, so like I butchered it. He wasn't his friend. He wasn't somebody working at Congress. He was a contractor. He hired a contractor to submit a report in 1910. And then once that report got, um, um, then Congress acted upon the recommendations and changed the laws. It doesn't say, so I'm just assuming around that same time, 1910, anywhere
Right.
from 1910, 1915, because that's when he asked him to send a letter. And
Kind
so,
my
go ahead.
my bad. You good? You got something?
Yeah, and from that point, they right here it says some doctors were jailed for using natural medicines, and all medical colleges were all homogenized. And then when you look that word up, it means made similar. So all medical colleges were now teaching the same exact thing. They
Right.
were all teaching using pills. Now they describe medicine as prescribing pills instead of the real definition of medicine. What the Bible said right here, Sirach 38 and 4, medicine out of the earth.
That's right. That's the history, man.
So that's pretty much it. That really pretty much sums it up. So they would just have to continue to read on their own time.
Con. And you think about it, like that was in 1910, and it was a bit like my rep said, it was a business from the jump. It was literally a business from the jump, man. They didn't care about healing nobody. They wasn't thinking in their mind, I want to make something that's can heal people. No, they would think about something that can make them money. You know what I'm saying? Generational wealth. They thought about that on the left hand side though. He thought about making money on the left hand side. He didn't really think about healing people, man. And that's crazy that we in 2022 and that's still going on. This was in 1910 when he came up when he was making moves to start with the pills. Now we are in 2022 and literally, like you said, they teach it like they teach it in school. I mean, it's like my rep said, they teaching it in schools that to take about pills, about giving pills. They was doing that in 1910 and they still doing that in 2022, teaching the same thing. If you want to be a doctor, you learn about this stuff right here. You learn about the pills or what type of pills to give people. You know what I'm saying? You learn about that. You said doctors was getting put in jail.
For using natural medicines.
Yeah, they were putting doctors in jail for for using what most I said to use. How wicked is that? So that's really how everything came about, man.
I wanted to get this part real quick.
Go ahead, go ahead.
This system continues today wherein Big Pharma makes large donations to medical schools in exchange for teaching the medical students to use their drugs. So the medical industry pays medical schools to continue to push the pills. As part of this system, many alternative treatments are criminalized. For example, by law, it is illegal, and this is why they killed Dr. Sebi. It is illegal to treat cancer with any modality except chemotherapy, surgery, or radiation. It is actually a criminal felony for a medical practitioner to treat cancer with anything but these three practices. The average cost of cancer treatment is $150,000. And of course, the American Cancer Society was founded by none other than John D. Rockefeller in 1913.
Right. So, man, they say you can't even use nothing else to cure cancer. You had to use their pills. You had to use their medicine. If you trying to use something else outside of curing cancer, you couldn't do it. See that? That's wicked, bro. Trying to find this video. That's wild. That's madness when you think about it, man. It's a money, like, so they paying them to continue to talk about the pills.
Mm-hmm.
Still in 2022, man. We still talking about it.
That's probably why medical schools are so expensive to
Mm-hmm.
attend to.
Facts. Give me that Psalms 83. Start at, yeah, let's start too.
Where you want me to start?
2.
Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee lift up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee.
So you can start right there, baby. So they made a tumult against our people, man. It's all crafty counsel. And that goes into the Bible. You know, they took crafty counsel, man. He one of them. So-called, it said the tabernacles of Edom. Edom, and it says when you keep going on, it says go down to Amalek. Amalek is the so-called Jewish man, them fake Jews. And Edom is, Edom is so-called white people. They both took crafty counsel against our people, man. So them just doing that crafty counsel, man, with the pills, with the medicine, that's destroying our people to this day, man. Pills, a lot of our people get destroyed with pills, man. A lot of our people be on pills their whole life. They gotta keep taking medicine their whole life, man. Literally until they die. But not knowing if they took the herbs, they wouldn't have to keep doing that, man. If they was using the natural way, they wouldn't have to keep taking those pills and that medicine that Esau giving them that's not going to help them. You got to think about it. We know people that have been taking pills for 10 years, 10, 15 years. It's like, dang, it ain't, it's supposed to be cured me before this. Like 10, 15 years, I'm still taking the same pills. It ain't doing nothing to me. I'm not getting help. I'm not getting healed. I feel the same. That's how you know it's something up, man. It's not made to heal you. You know, it's they make it seem like it to play with your mind, but you got to keep going back. You got to keep paying. And babe, you made a good point. What you said before we start the video, why most people don't go back for pills, for medicine.
Oh, wait, are you talking about when I said that they purposely don't take it?
Yeah.
A lot of people, after I did some research and I looked at a video from what I found, a lot of people in the US, they purposely skip out on their medicine because it is too expensive to constantly keep buying it. Like a cap full of insulin in this article I was gonna pull up, like a thing of insulin is dang, I had it pulled up somewhere. It's like yeah.
You good. Take your time. It'll come up.
Here it is. It's $300, and there's just a vial of it. A vial of insulin is $300.
You gotta dang near be rich to go to the doctor in the hospital. You gotta dang near be rich.
Let's see how big a vial of insulin is. It's how big it is. It's just this small.
$300.
And let's see how long it lasts. It only lasts a month. It only lasts a month. So that's $300 a month. It's times 12 a year. That's $3,600. That's just people on type 1 diabetes. People don't have the kind of money sitting around, especially with inflation. So from what I accumulated from research is that most people purposely, it tells you right here. It says, um, it says right here, among all Americans suffering from diabetes, at least 1 in 4 have said they engage in insulin rationing. That basically means what I just said, a tactic of using less insulin than is needed in order to make the dose last longer as a direct result of the skyrocketing price of the drug. A vial of insulin, which is the only life-sustaining option, a lie, for the type 1 diabetes retails at $300. Somebody that did that, they stopped taking the insulin. She ended up dying at the age of 22. She stopped taking it as much because she didn't have the money to constantly keep buying it, and she ended up dying.
And they be capping to our people too. They be telling our people this is the only way. This is the only way that you can heal. This is the only way that's gonna heal you. This is the only way that you're gonna live if you take this. They be capping, man. Be capping, man. Side effects. Boom. That ain't what's going on. Side effect to it.
Remember,
Anything that got a side effect to it is not supposed to help you. Period. What you were saying though?
I was going to say, remember when we went to Augusta and we went into that store and he had a board full of natural remedies?
It's about the brother.
Mm-hmm.
He had a store.
I took a picture of the board. I guarantee you diabetes is probably on here. Let me look.
Your brother had a whole store full of herbs, man.
Yep, it's on here. Diabetes, natural remedies.
Show it?
I'll show it. I sent it to my email. Here it is.
Gotta think about it. How did this man make this chip? How did he make this chip? How? It's a sun chip. How did he make it? Witchcraft, man.
So these are natural remedies for diabetes. You got dandelion, uvarusi, dandelion again, damania, and red clover. Never heard of a few of these. Let's see. The plant. Of course, it's a plant. That's what's. You got dandelion. You got damania. So a lot of these I've never heard of. You got to kind of get into this thing. You got red clover. These are natural remedies for diabetes. And I'm pretty sure
on game.
I'm pretty sure it's more.
From the earth. These are from the earth, not from a lab. These are from the earth, like the Most High said.
These are plants can use to cure diabetes, of course, for prayer as well. Aloe vera helps, it says. Cinnamon, bitter melon, milk dice, don't know what that is. Fenugreek, gymnema, ginger. Those are just a few.
Mix them all together, or however you want to do it. Natural remedies, man. And it's sick. It's sick and it's sad because a lot of our people don't even know about natural remedies, man. A lot of our people don't even know this, so they dependent on these pills, bro. It's killing them. All right, so did you have some more articles?
I had one. I just wanted to get 1 point.
Come,
I already got it. I just got it. Okay. I think that was it.
And they call it big pharma. That's so prideful. They call it big pharmaceutical.
This whole article. I didn't read all of it because I didn't want to read all of that. But I read most. I read most of it earlier. Kind of skimmed through it. But it's honestly going into the same things that these videos are about to sum up. How much money the industry's making. So. Did you want me to get the video?
You said it. But you said I get a video.
Do you want me to get the video?
Which one is it? Which video is it?
Well, I have.
Oh, you do have videos. I'm tripping. I forgot. Huh? What is it going into?
So, this first one is going into how it's only 3 minutes, but the first one is telling you how. So these people were prescribed on medicine, and their insurance was covering it. And then one day they were like, "We're not covering that anymore." So basically, with them doing that, I'm assuming when they do that, that means you got to pay out of pocket now. You got to pay, like they say in the video. She's basically saying they told me that they were not covering my medicine anymore, and I can't take the medicine. I got to choose something else. So by them doing that, she still has to pay them though, because she's still under that insurance plan. Just because they kicked her off, she still got to pay them out of pocket. Just how like you subscribe. Just say, for example, a good example. Just say, for instance, you're under Apple phone bill, right? You're under a phone bill plan, and you go and get another phone. Well, you still got to pay the other phone bill off until the plan is finished. So they were just telling their little story about it. And then also going into how in New Mexico, they sell the same exact pills and drugs in the industry that America does. But in New Mexico, you can get it for like more than half cheaper. Canada is way cheaper. And then this 8-minute video, the channel we've been trying to look at, WION, it's just going into how I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched like 5 minutes of it, but this is going into how the medicine industry is a drug mafia. And it talks about this Edomite named Martin Schreikel, who raised up medicine prices and said he'd raise them up higher.
He'll raise them higher.
Expose the devil in them. Now just let me know which ones you want me to play.
You can play that 3-minute one.
I have 2 3-minute ones and I have 1 8-minute one, but I was only going to plan on playing like 5 minutes of the 8-minute. But these two right here, they're talking about the big pharma. They're actually talking about the same thing, to be honest.
Okay.
The 8-minute one is just going more in depth. So just I'll start at this one.
Come
on. The bullshit corporate initiative. Heavy on balloons, light on accountability. At Vital Farms, we believe in full accountability. Balloons, maybe on our birthday. Vital Farms, keeping it bullshit free.
When here I thought I'm getting one plan and it's changed.
Oh, get drugs that come from the U.S. and charge 1/5 of what we do. Just ask your big pharma guys that. I do not have diabetes, but I'm living with someone who does. And one of the things Shelby didn't mention, by the way, she researches everything. So when it came to her insurance, she made sure that the insurance plan she got covered her medicine. 3 or 6 months in, they said, "Oh, we're not going to cover that anymore. You can only sign up once, but they can kick you off the medicine anytime they want."
Wow. So you're already on the insurance.
So I picked a plan based on the fact that it covered all my prescriptions. When I went to order my prescription, the first time I ordered it, everything was fine. I went in June to get my next 90-day supply, And the insurance company decided I didn't need to be taking that anymore, that I should switch to something else when my doctor wanted me to be on the other one. So I assume it was financially beneficial for them to move me to the other drug. So I think this is called non-medical switching. But anyway.
What happened to me? They said, you can't take that anymore. We're not going to cover that anymore. So you have to choose something else.
And that was in the middle of the plan year when here I thought I'm getting one plan and it's changed.
Wow. And then because it's not open enrollment time frame or you didn't have a life changing event,
Exactly.
you couldn't actually go ahead and then change your insurance.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You want more fun and games?
Let me have it.
So I was down in Mexico. So I go into a pharmacy. My wife's taking Trulicity. I say, hey, you got Trulicity? They go, yeah. And how much is it? They go, $400. So I take a picture. I send it back to Shelby. I said, how much would this cost you in the States? $2,095. I can't buy it because you can only bring in a 3-month supply of your medicine. I can't bring it in for her. I sent a buddy of mine, Ramundo. I said, hey, Ramundo, can you mail this to me? He goes, Rick, man, no, I can't because as soon as it hits customs, they'll send it back because you can buy it in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Now, how can Mexico get drugs that come from the U.S. and charge 1/5 of what we do?
Yeah.
Just ask your big pharma guys that, you know.
I have colleagues who are from states along the northern border, and they say they have constituents just on a weekly basis practically who are telling them that they go across the border to Canada to get their prescription drugs, and they're exactly the same medication that they're buying. And stateside, they're X dollar, and across the border in Canada, they're so much cheaper. And so this is really when we're looking at what we've been focused on in Congress, in the House of Representatives, it's bringing a basic level of fairness to prescription drug pricing. So many of these incredible drugs that are life-saving drugs were developed by U.S. researchers here in the United States, and yet the profits keep coming on the backs of the American people who need these drugs. But due to competition and better pricing in Canada or Mexico, they're significantly cheaper.
She keeps saying life-changing drugs. Life-changing drugs. Life-changing drugs. You know what I'm saying? The herbs are life-changing. Say what you need. You need the herbs. Those pills are not life-changing. And I want you to play matter of fact, you and you gotta. I had sent you a video. I want you to just play a little bit of that ADHD medicine side effect. That's wild.
I'm going to discuss side effects of the stimulant medications. First, the most common ones, then some occasional side effects, and then one in which it's not clear if the side effect is due to the medications. For many parents, the biggest concerns about medications are their side effects. Like all medications, the stimulants do have side effects, though serious ones are extremely rare. The most common problem is decreased appetite. Most children don't eat as well when the medicine is working. They'll commonly lose some weight the first 1 to 2 months of starting medication, but most children's weight then improves. It's important that your child eat a good breakfast and eat well later in the day when the medication wears off. If weight loss becomes a big problem,
why are they losing weight?
May be necessary.
Why are they having a poor appetite? Why are they losing weight? Why are they having poor appetites from medicine that's supposed to heal them? It sounds like to me it's making them worse. It's only ADHD. This is only for ADHD. You can start it, but I just want to say that that's mad.
The medication makes it harder to fall asleep. This often gets better over the first couple of weeks of using a medication, but if it continues to be a problem, you'll need to discuss options for managing the sleep difficulty with your child's doctor. Children may develop stomach aches or headaches early on when using stimulant medications, but for most children, this improves in 1 to 3 weeks. If the pain is bothering your child, it's fine to use Tylenol. There are some less common side effects that can occur with these medications and could bother your child. Some children get spacey or too quiet, or may feel too serious when on the medicine. If this continues more than 1 to 2 weeks, or really is a problem for you or your child, discuss this with your child's doctor. About 5% of children can get quite irritable when the medicine wears off. So, in the late afternoon or evening, this could be a problem. We see this less in children using the longer-acting medications. If the problem is mild and only lasts about an hour, just try to make this time very low-keyed. But if the problem is more severe or lasts several hours, again, discuss this with your doctor, as an adjustment to the medication may be needed. Tics, which are uncontrollable muscle twitches or sometimes funny noises such as grunts or snorts, can occasionally be caused by stimulants. Although most studies indicate that tics are associated with the ADHD itself and not caused by the medications. If the tics are mild and not causing your child problems, there's no need to adjust the medicine. If they become more frequent, though, and are causing difficulties for your child, adjustment of the medication may be necessary. Of note, long-term tics do not appear to be caused by the stimulants.
You could pause it.
Very rarely.
Hallucinations? What? What? Hello. What are they talking about when they say tics? I hope it ain't what I think they're talking about.
Like, I don't want to make the noise or demonstrate it, so I'm gonna just play a video.
Hallucinating? Folks be hallucinating. That's a side effect? Like Tourette's?
Yeah, like basically something like that.
What? So, if you taking pills for ADHD, so your side effect can be you yelling out of nowhere? That's off, bro. That's madness. It's making it worse. Because you started off with ADHD, right? Kind of having a hard time focus. Now you got you start hallucinating out of nowhere. Then you ain't hungry like that no more. Then you getting skinny. You know what I'm saying? Now you man, this is really witchcraft. That medicine that we using, bro, is not of the Most High God. The Most High God won't give us anything that's going to harm us. That way, He gave us the law. He gave us the laws and the commandments to help us, not to harm us. But these pills are doing more harming than it is helping. They might try to take this video down because it's too much facts. It's too much facts in it. Esau might try to take it down, talking about some hate speech.
Well, Lord willing, they don't.
Lord willing.
You want me to pause right there?
You can stop right there, your con.
And I had this last one. I'm gonna just play the short 3-minute one. You want me to start it?
Con, you can start it.
The most hated man in the world right now may very well be Martin Shkreli. The 32-year-old pharmaceutical company bought a one-of-a-kind HIV and cancer treatment pill and hiked the price up by 5,000% for no other apparent reason than to make money. But then there was the backlash. Social media erupted, politicians denounced his practices, and Shkreli now has said he will lower the medication's price. Congrats, you guys. You stopped a greedy CEO. Done and done, right? Hardly. Maura Carlson, health policy director at the Center for American Progress, said price gouging in the pharmaceutical industry is a very common practice.
Right now, I think you're kind of seeing a
price gouging just means the increase in the prices.
Con.
Storm. I think that this is just the latest example of what people are seeing as extraordinarily high costs that are becoming more and more out of control and less cost affordable.
After acquiring the rights to tuberculosis medication earlier this year, one company increased the price by more than 2,000%. And two separate life-saving heart medications went up in price this February by 525% and 200.
You seeing these prices, babe?
Going crazy.
12% per vial the same day they were bought by a new company. Oh, and our friend Martin Shkreli, he did the same thing for the last company he worked for, jacking up the price of kidney medication by 2,000%. When capitalism and life-saving meds combine. As you can imagine, Americans spend a lot on prescription drugs, $374 billion last year alone. And yet prices for crucial prescription medications continue to rise. So how can they get away with hiking up prices? Well, it's a lack of regulation. The FDA has no rules against price hikes, so companies can take advantage of owning the only drug on the market. This affects not only people who pay out of pocket, but hospitals.
They look wicked. They look wicked.
And then there's the big pharma lobby, which happens to spend way more money on lobbying Congress than any other industry, which of course helps them profit even more. In 2003, they successfully lobbied Congress to deny Medicare the ability to negotiate drug prices. So Medicare, and in turn all of us, pay more. Big Pharma is so lucrative, in fact, that companies like Pfizer can afford to pay billions in fines for promoting drugs that aren't approved as safe. And despite what CEOs like Shkreli say, companies often spend more on marketing their drugs than on research and development, sometimes twice as much.
If the status quo remains, it is a win for the pharmaceutical industry and it is a loss.
A win.
So what's being done? Well, some politicians have been working more strictly to regulate the pharma industry. Both Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton have presidential plans to regulate drug pricing. But Big Pharma isn't phased. One CEO went on CNBC's Mad Money this week to say what he felt.
It was really everything. Did you want me to keep playing it, love?
Was it more?
Regulation.
All of our intelligence says that it's going to be very hard for Hillary or any other candidate to really have a profound impact on drug pricing.
He might be right about the candidates, but as Carlson told us, it's public opinion that could really have sway, especially since 73% of Americans think prescription drug prices are unreasonable. So, did the most hated man in the world finally get us talking about the big pharma problem?
He raised the pill to $750.
He raised it to $750.
One of them, yeah, and in the other videos, he said that he would raise them even higher. In that video, which is crazy because in one of the articles we read, I think it said that in one of the articles we read, it said that Medicare can't. Oh, in one of the videos we just watched, the one with the elderly people talking, saying that Medicare is not allowed to negotiate prices with pharmaceutical companies, and she just said in her video as well. So I'm trying to see what Medicare is. It says Medicare is a government national health insurance program in the United States. So that's basically like the insurance. So it says they saying the insurance, the health insurance, they can't negotiate prices with the pharmacy companies. Now I don't know why that is. I'm trying to piece it together in my mind, but
so they can't. You said they can't exchange prices.
I'm trying to see the profit in that. The medical health insurance companies, they cannot negotiate prices with the pharmaceutical drug people. So the pharmacy companies, the medical companies that cover the insurance, they can't negotiate prices with those who sell the pills and make them. So I'm trying to see how does that profit, because it profits them, or else they do it, but they don't.
They could be capping. You never know about that. You never know, man.
Kind of.
But I had seen I had seen something. One more thing. You had something else, like anything that. Yeah. Because it getting late. But I want to get. So like I'm trying to find Oh, never mind, never mind, never mind. But Con, okay, all praise, okay. But Con, I'm gonna end it live, end it like that on that the last video. Hope it was edifying. Hope it was an edifying video through the spirit. We just want to touch on, some things going into the pharmacy business or how it is a business, man. Right, that business is huge. Hey, it's a $1 billion industry. It's real huge, man. And they running game. They running game, and we got to always remember, that what the Most High created. He created the herbs of the earth for us to use to heal us. And they're just going into how it started, how the with John Rockefeller. His name was John Rockefeller. Came with idea, crafty counsel to make money, and and it's still in 2022 irrelevant right now to relevant right now. Bring it out. Wisdom of Solomon 16:12 is relevant right now because it's still the same things are still taught right now. Hey, learn these pills. You're gonna learn how to give these people this medicine, prescribe these people with this medicine. We are taught that. What you got it?
Con, Wisdom of Solomon 16:12. For it's neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restores them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things.
And if this place was really a God-fearing country, right? Because we taught that America is a God-fearing country. God bless America. We one nation under God. If this place was a God-fearing country, it would be set up in order. These doctors are supposed to be, before they even try to give you the herbs or pills, they're supposed to be giving you scriptures. They're supposed to be giving you Bible scriptures because the scripture just said, hey, the Lord is the one that can heal you, man. The scriptures is the medicine for real, though. We have the herbs, which is the physical medicine, but the spiritual medicine is the scriptures, man. The scriptures can actually heal you to the point where you might not even need no herbs. Go to the Most High first, man. Go to Him first, and He can heal you. But a lot of our people go to them pills. Then a lot of our people, start getting addicted to them. Start taking them, what I'm saying, more than they supposed to take. They start getting addicted to them, man. And side effects, they start bugging out. Start, what I'm saying, start hallucinating. Like on the Hunger Games, when old girl got stunned by them little yellow jackets in the movie Hunger Games, that make you hallucinate, make you see stuff that ain't there. That's stuff that goes on, and we got to realize, just the world that we live in, man. That you got to think about it. This world is built off you not knowing the truth. They don't want you to eat healthy. That's why they advertise McDonald's. That's why they advertise Burger King, KFC. They want you to get sick so you can come. They running business, man. They running game. You get sick from the food that you eating, then you got to go to them. Then they're giving you medicine to make you even more sick. So you got to keep going back to them. My rep said, people been taking pills. People in the so-called Black community been taking pills for 20 plus years, and they still got the same so-called disease, if not getting worse. If pills were supposed to help the disease, it would have been gone. It would have been gone. It's a lot of people in our family that we see, like in our families, they've been taking the same pills for 20 plus years. Still to this day, they still taking the same pills from 20 years ago. They're still in the same condition. They told them that the pills were supposed to help them gain their strength in their left arm again. Still ain't got it. 20 years. Still ain't got it. It ain't no progress. My real say she used to help them. See that? My real say she used to help. I don't know if you want me to say that? Do you want me to say that, or you want me to just use an example? Or do you mind if I say that?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. My real say she used to be helping her Her mom take pills when she was 10 and 11 years old. She 19 now, and she take the same pills. She was literally helping her mom take the pills at 10 and 11 years old. She 19 now. And she's still taking the same pills. You would think like, dang, you know what I'm saying? They should have helped. I shouldn't have to take these no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't be able to take this no more. Like dang, I'm still taking it. Been like 8 or 9 years ago. It been like 8 or 9 years ago, and I still gotta take these pills. That's how you know they're not helping. Anything you gotta take that long and still continually to, and it's so wicked because they still giving it to you. These doctors are still giving you. They know where you've been taking the same stuff. But that's how they know, bro. And these doctors and stuff, they're smiling in your face. They know they're running game. You've been taking this. They know you've been taking the same pills for 9 years, and they're not even trying to stop you from taking them. They're not even trying to help you. They're not really trying to help you find a cure. They want you to. They're gonna keep giving you the pills. You run out. You need a refill. Go to them. You're gonna get another refill. Keep taking the same pills. They might help you temporarily for a day or two. Then they tell you they're not people. They brainwash our people to the point where our people think they can't go a day without pills. I can't go a day. I'm not gonna feel good without my pills. That's what the pill messing our people up, man. The side effects to the pills is really messing our people's mind up. That's why we got to keep. That's why we got to do the right. Do the herbs, man. Get back to the natural way. The natural way is the best way because the Most High said it, and it's from the world, and they got a seed in it. Them pills don't have no seed in it. Like these GMO fruits don't have no seed in it, so they created in a lab. Think about it. These pills, like we just read an article, were created by scientists that were doing witchcraft in a lab. They didn't plant. They didn't have no seed to plant, and then a pill pop out. No, they created these pills in a lab. In a lab. In a lab. Right. So but you had a point. You had any point or anything? So Lord willing, this was edifying, man. Lord willing, we touched on some of the key points going into the pharmacy business and the pills and how it's, how they started, why it started, why is it still going on to this day, why they not changing it. Lord willing, we touched on all those things about the pharmacy. It really means sorcery and witchcraft in the Greek. A lot of stuff got meanings to it. You gotta look into it. A lot of these different things, when you get into the history of how it started, it's like, dang, like, bro, that's crazy. But Lord willing was edifying through the spirit, Lord willing, some people, brothers and sisters in this truth, or that's coming into this truth, or maybe trying to learn, Lord willing, you gain some knowledge from this video, because at the end of the day, that's the goal. That's the goal too, because we're not they giving that precept, we're not laboring for ourselves. I ended on that. We're not laboring for ourselves, but for
all them that seek learning.
That's right. Dang, dog, about 2:00, 1:30.
The book of Sirach 13 and 17. Consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning.
You can show it on the screen, my book of Sirach?
Oh, I thought I did. My bad.
Lie.
So like you.
You good.
Consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning.
So we don't labor for ourselves only. When we make videos like this, man, when brothers go out on the highways and byways, when we do our certain things, we don't do this for ourselves only. We do it for ourselves too, to uplift us through the spirit and get, learn different things. But we don't do it just for ourselves. We do this for the people that's really trying to learn. So that's why we up at this time of night making this video, because this video making help a brother or a sister. You know, this video can edify you. You might can stop doing what you're doing. You might can come to might can realize, like, dang, they speaking truth. Like, I've been taking the same pill for 10 years. They ain't been doing nothing for me. Let me try the herbs. Let me try some herbs. Let me try some tea, some herbal tea. You know, that's what we trying to do. We're trying to change our mindset of our people, because our people are in a sick mindset. You know, we stuck in this American mindset. And we got to come out of that and live how the Most High taught us how to live, which is righteousness. Right? So with that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. We say Shalom and Kwame Asherallah. I did it.